we know every creativity has its both sides. That is coincidence, isn't it? Positive and negative. So the multi-purpose river valley projects have also same excessive sediments at bottom, means the river sediments its transported soil from upper course in the reservoirs. So the height and water holding capacity of dam decreases, which causes flood in upper part of the dam. Next you see the river divides into various channels to supply water for local needs, and the volume of water decreases in the main channels. By this, land is going on, river is going on fragments. Also it affect a lot in the aquatic life due to construction of dam on the river. For fish in the downstreams areas do not get sufficient nutrients materials because flow of water is not continuous. So it badly affects the aquatic life in the down the course of the river. By the establishment of dam, large reservoirs, the local people have to give up their land and livelihood, indigenous livelihood, and they have to displace from the local area. Is it not a loss for them? It also creates interstate disputes for sharing of its water and electric power between catchment states. For example, you can see here Delhi, Haryana, UP. These three states fight for Yamuna water. Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra. These three states fight for Koyana Dam, which is a tributary of river Krishna. Then Kerala, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu for river Kaveri project for Kaveri water. Similarly, Punjab and Haryana people for Satluj river. So like this many more. Even if now recently came Polavaram project, it created disturbance between Odisha government and Andhra Pradesh government. My dear students, here also remember loss of indigenous livelihood takes place. The displaced people lost their indigenous farm produce resources and become jobless. Being they are severely affected by push factor, they are moving to nearby towns, being pull factor in the towns. Also, this dam caused soil erosion in a large scale. Due to floods in rainy season, the topsoil of large area washes away and it leads to soil erosion. On the other hand, in downstreams, due to lack of annual flood, the soil of that region doesn't get nutrition, rich silt. So soil became unfertile. Then, my dear students, these river dams cause earthquake, induced to earthquake. In reservoirs, the extra pressure of water in a large volume put pressure on the fissure or micro cracks areas of the dam floor, which leads to earthquake. For example, you can see Koyana river. Next, this also can cause waterborne diseases. The stagnant water bodies of dam create an environment for growth of vectors. Disease creating vectors, they cause disease among the animals and plants surrounding the areas if they will not take proper care themselves. For them, if negative factors arise, they are being affected by diseases. Next, it also create social movements. You might have heard Narmada Bachao Andolan led by Medha Patekar. Sardar Sarovar Dam, also that is called, or you may say Save Narmada movement. In Uttarakhand, you may see Tehri Dam. Tehri Dam is on river Bhagirathi, the Ganga. Isn't it? There are many social movements also taking place by this construction of dam, because it is a bundle of disadvantages. Where is the development of the society? Also, it create ecological consequences like salinization of the soil. In flood areas, the water result an adverse impact on environment in respect of degradation of soil content, the water logging and absorption of water towards the ground, leaving salt minerals on the surface cause salinity in its command area. The soil become infertile. Also, the initial cost of building a large project is too much. It requires more capital and high technological skill with modern machines, which is very, very high cost. So high cost is a factor as its demerits. Dear children, submerge of flora and fauna is another cause, another effect of it. A vast area, few square kilometer areas with its diverse flora and fauna submerge under the water and create an adverse impact on the environment. Lastly, I can say the farmers are now fully dependent on amount of irrigation. Hence, they have changed the cropping pattern from subsistence intensive, from primitive subsistence to subsistence intensive, then to commercial crops. Indirectly, this led to salinization of soil, leading to ecological imbalance.